Wanted to share a few things with you today regarding comparing and shopping mortgages. Now, trust me, this is a very important part of the process. I get it, I understand, but I think it's really important to also understand what is involved when you're doing that and what fees the lender can actually control. Let me just give you a few examples of what the lender cannot control. First and foremost, your prepaid items. Your prepaid items include your first year's homeowner's insurance, your impounds, your prepaid interest. So that first year's homeowner's insurance premium, you're going to select your own insurance company. And we're going to get the quote from them. We're going to take that quote, divide it by 12. That's going to be your monthly figure that we'll use to set up your impounds. And then the annual premium will get collected at closing as well. So depending upon what your insurance company tells you, that'll determine how much that figure is. Has nothing to do with the lender. The impounds, like I said, are going to be like 2 to 3 months, and that's going to be pretty consistent across the board from all lenders. Now, the one thing that will vary a little bit is the prepaid interest, because that is the amount of interest being collected from the date of closing through the end of the month. And depending upon what rate you're at, that number will be, higher or lower depending. Next, you might have things like HOA. If there's an HOA on the property, oftentimes the management company wants us to collect 1 or 2 or 3 months of that monthly HOA in advance. They'll want us to also collect maybe a transfer fee, maybe some working capital, things of that nature. So those are all laid out in your contract in the HOA addendum, and we simply just take the numbers from there and utilize those numbers when coming up with your total cash to close, but in no way do we have any impact on what those numbers are. Then you have the title company fees. These include your title insurance, your escrow fee, your recording fees, your endorsement fees, your closing protection letters. I've even seen notary fees. There's all kinds of things that sometimes get charged through the title company. Again, this is going to come from whatever title company you and your agent have selected. We're simply going to get those numbers from them and re-disclose them back to you. We don't have any control over those figures. Now let's get to the part that we do have control over. What we do have control over are appraisal cost, credit report fees, wire fees, warehouse fees, processing fees, underwriting fees, things of that nature, discount points, origination charges. Those are all fees that the lender is in direct control of. Those are the ones that you ultimately are going to kind of compare. Let me give you an example. Let's say that we are looking at someone who's doing a $400,000 loan amount, and one lender is quoting 6.75%, the other lender is quoting 6.5%. The only difference is the one at 6.5 is charging an additional 1 discount point. 1 discount point is 1% of your loan amount, which in this case would be $4,000. That difference in the payment is about $66 a month. So when you take the $66 a month savings and compare it to the cost of $4,000 up front, it's almost a 61-month recovery period. So in other words, it's when you take the 4,000 divided by the 66, it comes out to like 61 months or 5 years to recover that difference in cost. So if you feel like rates are going to drop in the next 5 years, paying that additional 1 point may not be a great choice, even though 6.5 sounds so much better than 6 3/4. And like I said, I realize rate is very important in this overall process, but you also have to look at the cost. I hope you found this information helpful. If you have more questions around how closing costs can impact all of this, just give us a call. We'll be happy to sit down with you, go through everything. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.